I spent my entire 20s repeatedly attracting men who were not ready for commitment when it came to relationships. I'm going to share with you the 3 energetic shifts that I made that completely transformed my love life. Hi Love Bug, this is Priya, your Love Plus Manifestation Coach, and today these 3 energetic shifts that I'm going to be sharing with you transformed my love life within 6 weeks. I went from somebody who was looking for Mr. Right, who was searching for love, to somebody who had an array of eligible bachelors chase me, to then manifesting some amazing, beautiful, aligned relationships, to then moving on to manifesting my incredible husband. So let's get started. The 3 energetic shifts that I made that completely transformed my love life. Energetic shift number 1, acknowledging that I am worthy of love simply because I exist. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, a limiting belief that I used to have around love that was huge was that I needed to prove that I am worthy of love. And this is something that so many of us have been conditioned to believe is true from a very young age, no matter what environment, culture, or society we grew up in. We were taught things like, if you want to be lovable, then you have to have the right education, right finances, you have to look a certain way, talk a certain way, behave a certain way, be successful in order to be lovable. And so from the get-go, from the very beginning, we are taught that we are not lovable the way that we are. And this is a trap, and here's why. When you believe that you need to prove that you are lovable, the energetic signal that you're broadcasting to the universe is, I am not lovable right now the way that I am. And therefore the universe is going to demonstrate to you that you feel this way about yourself. You are going to manifest things into your experience that's going to reflect back to you that you feel that you are not lovable right now. So perhaps you manifest toxic relationships, or you continually manifest people who don't treat you well. For myself, how this translated into my life was that I repeatedly attracted men who were not ready for commitment when it came to relationships. And that's because growing up in the Indian culture, something that I was heavily conditioned to believe was that success equaled being lovable. So in my mind, I believed that I had to be successful in order to be lovable. So off I went, got a BSc Honours in Mathematics and Finance, worked as an actuary, climbing the corporate ladder in London, yet none of that meant diddly squat. And here's why. I didn't feel that I was already lovable. In my mind, I felt that I would be lovable in the future once I achieved this and that. Therefore, the signal that I was broadcasting to the universe was that I'm not lovable the way that I am right now. And so I kept manifesting scenarios into my experience to mirror back to me that I felt this way about myself. It was only when I decided to remember that I am lovable the way that I am, that I don't have to prove myself, justify myself, or explain myself to anyone or anything outside of me, that I am good enough exactly the way that I am, and I embodied knowing this, that everything changed for me. This is when everything shifted 180 degrees, because now I already felt that I am lovable the way that I am right now in the present moment. So you are now aware that you never need to prove that you are lovable. You are lovable simply because you exist. Let's now move on to energetic shift number 2. For me, this was about acknowledging that love is a state of being. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, another huge limiting belief that I used to have around love was that love is something that I am getting from somebody else. Now, what this meant was that in order for me to experience love in my life, I believed that I had to be in a relationship, that I had to have somebody there in my life before I could feel happy and experience love and feel lovable. And this is a trap. And here's why. Your natural state of being is love. who you truly are at your core is love. Love is a vibration. It is a state of being that you are experiencing within you. It is a visceral feeling. Nobody is giving you something when it comes to love. In fact, that warm, fuzzy feeling that most of us feel when somebody is showering us with adoration or telling us how much they love us, this is really what is happening energetically beneath the surface. It is a permission slip that we are giving ourselves to activate the vibration of love. So when somebody is saying, hey, Priya, I love you and I feel great, what's really happening is that I'm activating the vibration of love, the frequency of love within me. But here's the thing about that. I don't need to activate the vibration of love just because I have somebody now in my life that's showering me with adoration. I can activate the vibration of love anytime I choose to on demand. Now, when I understood this was huge for me because now experiencing love in my life was no longer contingent upon being in a relationship and having somebody there, or experiencing love in my life was no longer contingent upon my partner changing his behavior in order for me to feel lovable. I felt lovable regardless of what was going on in my external environment. And the reason why this is powerful is because, remember, your outer world, everything that you manifest into your experience is a reflection of your internal vibratory state, is a reflection of your internal state of being. So when you feel lovable, independent of your circumstances and independent of what is going on in your environment, your circumstances and your environment must change to reflect back to you your new energetic state of being. And conversely, when you are waiting for something to change in your environment, when you are waiting for that lover to show up, when you are waiting for your partner to change his or her behavior before you feel lovable, then you are going to be waiting for a very long time because your external reality can only ever mirror back to you what you are feeling internally within you, your internal state of being. Now, if you want to learn more about how to activate the vibration of love on demand, click the link below to get access to my free masterclass, 6 Steps to Manifest Your Soulmate Relationship, where one of the steps that I actually share with you are tools that you can use to activate the frequency of love independent of your circumstances. So you are now aware that love is a state of being that you can activate within you, and that love is not contingent upon somebody else or anything else outside of you. Now, before I move on to step number 3, if you are finding this content valuable, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post new videos around how to manifest your epic love life. And also, I'm thinking of creating a 21 days to love meditation to help you embody and activate the vibration of love right now in the present moment. Now, if this is something that you want to see on my YouTube channel, then smash that like button and drop me a comment below to let me know. Finally, energetic shift number 3, owning my authentic desires in my dream relationship. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, if I was to reflect back to my 20s, a lot of the things that I desired in my dream relationship wasn't even what I truly wanted in my heart. A lot of it was governed around what I should want in a dream relationship in the eyes of the Indian culture. I never really stopped to ask myself, what is it that I truly wanted as an individual in a relationship? So an example of this is that for all of my teenage years and the majority of my 20s, I only ever dated Indian men. And this is because in the Indian culture, we were conditioned to believe that a successful relationship meant that you ended up with somebody from the same culture as yourself. Now, I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with being with somebody from the same culture as yourself. I'm just saying that for myself personally, this never really resonated with me, and that I wasn't really being true to myself. It was more about me following the crowd and more about me doing what I should be doing when it came to relationship versus me really tuning into what I wanted as an individual. Now, this all changed for me by the time I was 26. I sort of broke free from that and began to explore other options. And by the time I was 29 and I had my spiritual awakening, I really came to the realization that labels such as age, race, gender is more of a human construct, and that when we are connected to source energy, to all that is, to infinite intelligence, and we really realize that we are divinity incarnate, we know that there is no separation, that we are all connected and that separation is an illusion. And today I am happily married to an American who is of Sicilian descent, who is Caucasian. So my life definitely looks very different compared to what it looked like a few years ago. Now, the reason why it's so important to acknowledge what it is that you truly desire deep down in your heart when it comes to your dream relationship is because this will dictate whether you manifest your epic love life or not. When your desires are governed around what you should want in your dream relationship versus what you truly want, you will never really feel happy or satisfied or fulfilled, because you will always feel like there is something missing because you are not following the good feeling energy. You're not aligning with your higher self when you're doing things out of obligation or out of duty, versus turning inwards and tuning into what lights up your soul, what ignites your soul, and then following through on that. So I can tell you firsthand that the key to manifesting your epic love life, the key to calling in beautiful, authentic relationships, is contingent upon you first getting authentic with yourself about what it is that you truly desire in your dream relationship versus what your mother thinks you should desire, or your priest or your pastor or your community or your culture thinks that you should desire in your dream relationship. So you are now aware that when you get authentic with yourself about what it is that you desire in your dream relationship, this is the key to manifesting your epic love life, and that anything less will only ever lead to you feeling dissatisfied and unfulfilled. So let's recap everything that you have learned. You are now aware that the 3 energetic shifts that I made to completely transform my love life was this. Energetic shift number 1 is about remembering that you are already worthy of love, that you are worthy of love simply because you exist. Energetic shift number 2 is about remembering that love is a state of being that you can activate on demand anytime that you choose to, and that love is not contingent upon somebody else or anything outside of you. Energetic shift number 3 is about you tuning into your authentic desires around your dream relationship, and that this is the key to manifesting your epic love life.
Now, if you want to go deeper into things and learn what true love really is and how you can experience it in your life as soon as today, you can watch my video, The Real Reason You Haven't Experienced True Love, next by clicking the link in the description box below.
Thanks for watching this video, love bug. Give me a thumbs up if it resonated for you, and I will catch you soon.